Shabbat Shalom. As Cecil B. DeMille would say, let's set the scene. The last thing God says to Moses is a set of verses that we now know as Vishamru, commanding us to keep Shabbat throughout the ages as a sign, as a covenant with God. Then God gives Moses the 2 tablets, inscribed by God's own hand. The Jewish people have just stood at Mount Sinai and heard the 10 commandments. Then their trusty leader Moses tells them that he's going up to the mountain for 40 days to learn more Torah and bring down the stone tablets. And on the 39th day, they get impatient. They build a golden calf. It doesn't make sense. If the Jewish people had witnessed God's awesome power in the 10 plagues, the splitting of the Red Sea, and the revelation at Sinai, how could these same people turn around and worship a golden calf? It is in this week's Torah portion, Tisa, we learn the damage caused by jumping to hasty conclusions. The Israelites didn't just lose faith in Moses, they also lost faith in themselves. When Moses was long in coming down the mountain, they didn't have the capacity to look into each other's faces and find the strength in each other. They were too dependent on their leader. Sometimes, when we put too much trust in our leaders, we lose sight of our own wisdom and vision. Fear and anxiety can weigh us down. Lasting faith and vision, the kind that can lead us to the promised land, can only develop out of a shared understanding between leaders and the people. We should have a little more faith in ourselves. What an amazing reminder for our times. It is in this week's Torah portion that Moses breaks the first set of tablets and then is told, Pasal lecha, carve out 2 tablets of stone, kirishonim, like the first ones, and I will write on the tablets the words that were on the first stones, which you broke. We later read in this parsha that Moses wants to see the face of God. What does it mean that a human being cannot see God's face, but we can only see God's back? In the words of the Khatam Sofer, we cannot see God directly. We can only see the difference that God has made after the fact. We can recognize God's reality by seeing the difference God has made in people's lives. Carve it out yourself. Find your own unique relationship with God. Shabbat Shalom.